Enjoy. Rule number 2, develop productive thoughts with Bruce Lipton.
Money is the equivalent of energy, so you can buy energy with your cash. And the significance about that is if you're frugal and take care of your money and keep a balance, then you always have this energy in your bank account, energy in which you can live. However, obviously, if you waste this energy, then you actually interfere with your own survival. So you don't really want to go out and just throw away your money. And so basically, I really want to show you that this is an important insight into the nature of our own health and our biology and the world we create in this regard. That our biological system, the cells, rely on energy. Without energy, there's no life. So fundamentally, you have an energy budget that gives you life. And in fact, in the body, energy is in coins called ATP, molecules that represent units of energy. So in fact, biologists refer to ATP as the coin of the realm. The significance of ATP is this, is that ATP molecules are like units of gasoline, like gallon of gas, that are used to fuel our biological processes. So to stay alive, we have to have all this ATP. So there's an ATP account in your body right now. But the question is, how do you use this ATP? And now here's an important fact, that 25% of the total energy in your whole body is used to operate your brain. So all of a sudden you start to recognize that the brain uses energy at the rate of muscles of a marathon runner. So brain and muscle activity are pretty much the same. And so why is this important? Because as you're using your brain, as you're using your thinking, you are actually using energy. Now, why is this relevant? The answer is very simply this. Because the way we've been using our thoughts are not necessarily productive. As a matter of fact, sometimes our investments of our thoughts are actually counterproductive because our thoughts create a reality that we then have to overcome. So basically it says that we must start to become aware of our thoughts. And why is this important? Because thoughts represent units of energy. Every time you have a thought, you use energy. Why this becomes relevant is, if I give you a checkbook for your bank account, you don't go down the street and just write checks to people like, oh, hey, you're a nice looking guy, here's 10 bucks for you, and oh, here, little girl, go out and buy yourself a little card, here's $1,000 for you. And you don't give away your money. Why? Because giving away your money is giving away your life. So basically, you become very frugal when you have a checkbook in your hand. Now what I'm trying to tell you is this. You have an energy budget in your body. The energy is what keeps you alive. When you start using energy and writing checks where you get no return from your energy, then it's exactly the same as writing checks out of your bank checkbook and giving away your cash. So why this becomes important is the biology of belief reveals how our thoughts create our reality. And if you start investing in thoughts that are counterproductive, thoughts like fear, or what am I going to do, and how am I going to escape this problem, or how is this going to go wrong, and all these other kinds of thoughts that are negative kinds of thoughts, then realize this. You are actually not just using your energy for having these thoughts, but these thoughts are also what come into your reality. What you focus on with your thoughts, your brain will manifest as reality. Everything you do in your life, you put out energy for. Therefore, start to review what you're doing in your life. Because if you're putting your energy into things you cannot change in this world, that is exactly the same as writing a check and just throwing away your money to the outside because you get nothing back from it. So think about this very interesting reality, that you have this energy checkbook. And every time you use energy, you have to say, is the use of this energy going to enhance my life, or is it just wasted energy? Am I getting involved in a political argument with people where I'm going to use up all my energy and will I have changed the world? No. Am I going to use up all my energy to try to convince other people to change their life or change their way of living to make them even healthier? And they're not ready to do that? I'd be wasting my energy. So here's an interesting thought. If I gave you an energy checkbook and asked you to write a check every time you had to have a thought, you would have to then ask yourself, is this thought going to enhance my life, or is this thought going to take away from my life? And then when you start to realize that, you start to direct your actions where you put your energy into things that enhance your life and give you an opportunity to survive and to go beyond survival and really into thriving. So the point is this, we are facing some rough times. The more thoughts you put into the negative aspect, the more thoughts you put into the fear, not only are you just wasting your energy, but as in the biology of belief, these negative thoughts, these negative stresses actually impair your immune system and bring on disease itself.
gain today.
Dogs cry out in the night as if restless morning was I must do what's right. Sure as can general rises like the darkness above the sea. I seem to cure what's deep inside, frightened of this thing that I've become.
I'm not sure about the legalities of the next section, but from this point on, when you see my exercises going forward, those are Asana Rebel exercises. I've even recorded her instructions because I give no guides, but some people want guides, and I love Asana Rebel. So I'm just gonna see if I can clip it here and let her show you.
Drawing the crown of your head upwards, connect with your breath. Now raise your forearms, bring your thumbs to touch. Spread your fingers. Circle your hands away from you and down, then towards you and up. Away, down, towards you and up. Keeping the base of your palms and the outsides of your wrists connected at all times. Continue circling without rushing. Warming up your shoulders, your arms, and your wrists. Keeping your elbows lifted about as high as your shoulders, a little lower if that feels comfortable for you. And then smoothly change directions, circling towards you, down, away, and up. Towards you, down, away, and up. Massaging your hands and your fingers as you find your own flow, slowing down or speeding up depending on where you're at today. Let's do one more circle. Let your hands rest beside you. Now relax your shoulders and begin to twist from side to side, allowing your arms to be soft, gently swinging left to right as you move. Even though your whole body is moving here, your feet are firmly planted on the ground. Your core is stable, and your shoulders are relaxed with your head in line with your shoulders. Your gaze turning with each twist. Coming back to stillness. Take a breath in, reach your arms up above your head, stretch up. And let your shoulder blades melt down your back, standing mountain pose. Fold forwards as you breathe out, relax your neck. Make your way into downward dog. Relax your neck and bring your knees to the floor to come into tabletop position. Bring your hands directly under your shoulders, spreading your fingers wide. Knees directly under your hips. Fingers are spread wide. Make gentle movements forwards and back, exploring the flexibility and mobility of your wrists. Keep your fingertips and the heels of your hands firmly planted into your mat. Being sure not to lift them off of your mat as you move. Moving mindfully and with care. Now turn your hands out to the side, middle fingers pointing directly away from you to the left and right. Again, grounding through the heel of your hand, gently pressing into the tips of your fingers. Explore movement here, feeling it out. Allow your body to move in small circles, side to side, forwards and back, and then one at a time, carefully turn your hands towards you so that your fingers are facing your knees. Once again, it's important to keep your heels of your hands on your mat. As you gently lean forwards and back, be really mindful here, feeling into your wrist today. One hand might feel completely different to the other. Be sure to stay gentle, not forcing anything. Turn both hands forwards. Let's stretch the fronts of the wrists by turning your hand downwards on your mat. Do this one at a time, taking small, subtle movements to explore your wrist. Controlling how much weight you put into your left hand by pressing down through your right. Good. And then gently release, bringing your left hand down into the floor. When you're ready, change sides, approaching with care, pressing the top of your right hand down into the floor, fingers spread. As you gently lean back, feeling into that stretch. Good. Bring both hands, palms down to the floor, fingers spread. Walk your arms out in front of you and lower your heart towards the floor. Either your chin or your forehead meeting your mat. Puppy pose. Deeply stretching your belly, your spine, and your shoulders. Keep your hips high above your knees. And then bend your elbows, bringing your hands together in prayer mudra, lowering your heart a little closer towards the floor. Bring your hands down into your mat. And thread your right arm under your left, bringing your right shoulder, right side of your head to your mat. Coming into this twist, press the back of your right hand down into the floor, encouraging your left ribs to wrap open towards the sky. Keep your hips above your knees. Gently draw your left hip towards the back of your mat. Unthread yourself and change sides. Left arm comes underneath the right, left shoulder to the floor. Left side of your head meets the ground. Twisting. This time wrapping your right ribs open towards the sky. And gently drawing your right hip towards the back of your mat to keep your hips square. Untwist. Hands come underneath your shoulders. Make your way through sitting to lie all the way down on your mat. Get comfortable, moving your shoulder blades down your back. Relax your neck. Take a deep breath in. And a big breath out, letting go. Hey, you've done an awesome job so far. For more of a challenge,